This year's Cattle Barons Ball is just a few weeks away, coming up on Saturday, September 14th. And joining me now is one of this year's Cattle Barons ambassadors, Bailey Lange. Thank you so much for being here. Also here with your parents. Guys, thank you so much for being here. So, one of the most beautiful things about Cattle Barons is the spotlight that it gives to kind of like cancer survivors and cancer victories and cancer stories. And Bailey, you've got a pretty profound one. So I just want you to tell our viewers a little bit about your own journey.
About a year and a half ago, after church, I went up to my mom and told her I had these big bumps on my neck. So she thought I had mono, so she called my dad and he took me to the ER so I can get some antibiotics. Well, they immediately took my blood and they realized something wasn't right. The head doctor came, took over my case, and he told my dad I probably have cancer. And they did a x-ray of my body, and from the neck to my abdomen, there was just tumors everywhere. And so they said I either need to go to the St. Louis Children's Hospital or the Kansas City. We prayed about it and chose St. Louis. We went there, and a couple days afterwards, I was diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. And so I started 5 rounds of chemotherapy, and then after that, I did 20 rounds of radiation.
Wow.
I'm now cancer-free and healthy.
That's so exciting. First of all, great job explaining all that. Really appreciate that. You're such a warrior. This is so cool, you guys. So, obviously, the thing that we don't talk about enough is what the parents are kind of enduring through this too. So why don't you give us kind of your all's perspective on watching her go through this?
Well, it was a shock, and we were deer in the headlights for a bit because we just thought, she had a cold. And then it was just a rush of learning everything.
Yeah.
And you have the concerns of how are we gonna pay for it all and her and I be up in St. Louis all the time. And the Lord just took care of it every step of the way.
Yeah.
And Hope Lodge became part of that journey. Ronald McDonald House was full with a long waiting list, and we'd never heard of anything else. And the hospital social worker told us that American Cancer Society has Hope Lodge that used to be only for adults, but a few months prior they had lowered the age to 12 and asked if we would like to consider that. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So why don't you tell people just a little bit more, if they're not familiar with Hope's Lodge, kind of what this is and maybe even what it did for your family specifically.
Well, it's very similar to Ronald McDonald House in that you have a room. In our case, we kind of had a suite. It was a bedroom, a living room, a nice bathroom, but then there's a common area for a kitchen, and everyone has their own locked cabinets, assigned refrigerator and freezer space, and every appliance that you could need. So you can make your own food, store your own foods, but then places and groups also come in and provide meals for you.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, it's such a good resource that, obviously kind of saved your family, right? And really helped you all through this process. So, obviously, like I said, you have such an amazing story and you explained it so well. And you guys seem so positive about the whole thing, which is remarkable. But what would you kind of share with other families out there, kind of just about going through this particular experience? Anything you want people to know?
Well, first of all, our faith in Christ is what helped us through this journey. We have a great church family that has loved us through it. And then we listened to the doctors and we listened to the social workers that provided resources. One of the benefits, in my mind, that wasn't just the amenities of the Hope Lodge, but the safety, the security, and the at-home feeling that my family had while they were away from us.
Yeah.
And just to be able to stay positive, to get rest, to feel loved.
It was way more restful than the hospital.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But knowing that the Lord loves us, we've got family and our church family that loves us, and the doctors were a great team, and they all worked together for Bailey's good, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it just sounds incredible. Bailey, anything you would maybe share with, teens kind of in similar position or age to you, just kind of help them power through and get through something like this?
Well, I would say trust God because He has a plan, and just trusting in them and just.
Yeah.
Hard things are going to happen.
Yeah.
We had asked, she was so calm that at one point we were like, are you okay? Because, you haven't broken down through any of this yet, and it's okay to question why me. And her response was,
Why not me?
Yeah.
and we were blown away.
Yeah.
She's like, lots of kids get cancer, and I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
I don't want to die because you guys will be sad,
Sure.
but God's going to take care of us.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot to take from that. Well, thank you all so much for coming in here and sharing this story. Stories just like Bailey's will be celebrated at the Cattle Barons Ball this year. So get your tickets online, cattlebaronsball.com, if you want more information. We've got the link there on screen as well. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. We appreciate it.
Thanks,
Yes, yes, yes. All right. Well, up next, the boys and girls